Straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Straight from the horse's mouth.
Buffalo gal wants to come out tonight, come out tonight, come out tonight.
Hey, Doug, how you doing today?
Well, I'm doing just fine there, Josh. I just met me a fine young lady, and I think I'm gonna shoot my shot.
Oh, shoot your shot, huh? Oh, all right. Well, what kind of lady is she?
She is the most beautiful creature I've ever seen. I saw her down on the corner of 3rd and 56th Street. It was next to this big red light, but she was standing there and looking all woo, and I think she really liked me. I stopped, I had a conversation with her. She invited me over to a place tonight, and she just told me to bring a little bit of money and a good time, and we'd have ourselves a honkin' donkin' good time.
Oh, okay. She definitely sounds interesting. Do you have a moment real quick to go through today's wisdom passage in the book of Proverbs?
Well, of course. I wouldn't want to go enjoy myself without first giving God what I need to give him in my life.
I don't know if you quite get the reasoning behind why we read the Word of God and pray and desire wisdom, but let's just get into today's passage and what I'd like to focus on, and maybe it'll say what I'm lacking to say in my own words.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Straight from the horse's mouth. Let's see what today's horse has to say. Proverbs chapter 5 is one of the handful of passages that we find in the book of Proverbs that deals with the adulterous woman. And as we see, Doug in today's story has encountered a woman in which he feels infatuated with. He is attracted to, and naturally so. But there's something about this woman. There's a few things based on what he indicated that would imply she is not the kind of woman that he wants to put some time and effort and energy into. There's a handful of verses, again, all through the book of Proverbs that deal with the adulterous woman. And we quite often see the contrast between the adulterous woman or the immoral woman or man. Again, he quite often uses the term woman, but you can apply this type of person to mankind, because truly there are men who are like this woman as well. And the wise woman, it uses women, these two women, as allegorical characters to emphasize certain points. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about the adulterous woman in just a few verses in Proverbs chapter 5. Verse 1 states, "My son, attend unto my wisdom, and bow thine ear to mine understanding, that thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman drop as an honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil." Hang on, I'm going somewhere with this. "But her end is as bitter as wormwood, and sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death, and her steps take hold on hell. Lest thou shouldest ponder the paths of life. Her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. Hear me, O now, ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove thy way far from her, and go not unto the door of her house." Solomon made a very clear point here, and I believe that it was very alarming and distinct because he himself dealt with and trifled with the adulterous woman. And he began to consider some of the things of his years of messing around and what the world had to offer, and he said, this is not worth it. Because even though her lips might seem appealing, they're smoother than oil and they drop as a honeycomb, they're sweet. But in the end, it's as bitter as wormwood. Wormwood is something that will literally cause you to vomit if you consumed it. And such is the adulterous woman and the adulterous man. Those who would allure you for the purpose of using you or your body or what you have to give them in a sexual sense, those same people will hurt you, will cut you down, and you will hurt yourself in the process. If I look back over the years of my teenage years and the stupid things that I did and the things that I allowed in my life, I see a man who went nigh to the door of her house and allowed myself to be used, and in the end, bitter as wormwood. I hope I've given you something to think about today as you push against the evil woman, the evil man, this temptation to lust, the temptation to Google some things that you shouldn't be Googling, the temptation to waste your life filling yourself up with fantasies that will only cut you down in the end.
You know what? You gotta block her contact. I don't need a relationship like that.
Attaboy, Doug. I think you're catching on. Come back again tomorrow for part 6 of the Wisdom series with Josh and Doug. Love you.